Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing, it's a mono black Half-Life deck. Why is it called Half-Life? Is because we've got lots of stuff in here that whenever an opponent takes damage, they lose half of their life. Or if we force them to lose life, they lose twice that life. So that means if we force them to lose half their life, they'll lose all their life in one turn. No matter how much they got, 1,000 life, 2,000 life, they're gone. That is the end of it. They are unalived right there. Dead. All right, if that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and despite rumors to the contrary, I had absolutely nothing to do with the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub. Let's see, it was posted by David, D4VID1D, David, and he called it Black Combo Turn 4. So it's like a mid-rangey combo deck. Yeah, so let me just talk about a little bit. So I don't know if you remember, but in recent years, with Thunder Junction coming out, there's one of those utility cards where you can do 3 different things with it. And one of them was, if you deal combat damage to a player, you take half their life. Actually, I think about it, was just they lose half their life, rounded up or rounded down, something like that. And the other thing was, if you had Bloodletter of Aclazotz out, it says, well, if they lose life, they lose twice that much life. So therefore, between that card and this card, they just die. 0 turn kill, right? Well, we don't have that Thunder Junction card in here, but we got 2 new cards in here. Grievous Wound, that says that whenever enchanted player is dealt damage, they lose half their life rounded up, which means we just have to deal damage to them. If we have Bloodletter out and this, and we deal damage to them somehow, they just die. What else we got? We got a guy that says whenever this card deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. And then if this guy dies, it just returns to the battlefield tap with a couple of stun counters on it. So this guy's a Terminator. And with this guy out and this guy out and this guy out, it's like the chances of them just dying are super high. But what happens if we don't have Bloodletter out? They're still taking half their life every single time they're getting hit. So yeah, people will be losing life like crazy. It'll just be hemorrhaging their life. All right, so other than that, we got a bunch of cool cards. This guy is kind of new as well. Just -3/-3 to a creature till end turn. You can flash it in with an enchantment, which means you could play it like an instant, but it's really an enchantment. While it's out, creatures your opponents control can be the target of spells or abilities as though they don't have hexproof. So SuckIt hexproof, and ward abilities on those creatures don't trigger. So this is fantastic for removing hexproof and ward from creatures. All right, other than that, you've seen all these cards before, so I'm not going to get into them. What are we going to do with this deck? We're going to control the board early on. We're going to go after their hand. We'll put these guys out. We got the Terminator. We got a guy with death. These two both have Death Touch. This guy will help you draw cards. Essentially, we want to eventually get Bloodletter out and have a 0 turn kill effect. But otherwise, they'll just be losing half their life. We got Manland to help us out. Accidentally got Fabled Passage in here. If you play this deck, just remove this. Put in 4 more swamps or something. But that's it. That's how the deck's going to play. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxwirl. Nope, sorry. Dear Black Queen Shoulder. There you go. I got to stay up with the modern times here. Who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentations of the women. Our playing against Gomer. Gomer Pyle, U.S. Marine Corps. Keep. That dude looks buff, but it's just a bunch of mushrooms. Two of them, huh? I mean, that's 2 damage or 3 damage for me. Was it? Oh, -3, -3. That went well. All right, let's put out the Preacher of the Schism. His little death touchiness should be able to nip somebody in the bud. Yeah, that or I die this turn. One of those two things are going to happen. All right, Bloodletter. We'll just force this to happen. He's going for the super pump. I mean, it's bad. We're going to lose the Bloodletter in the mix. Oh, we didn't. How did that happen? And now we win. In your face, Mono Red. In your face. Rank up. All right, we were playing against Taifo. Taifo. Or is it Taifo? Keep. There's your lizard cat's poop right there. All right, let's go be a jerk. That's his combo there, huh? All right, we'll put out our pal Gix. And let's go. Draw some stuff. All right, I'm going to get out the Unstoppable Slasher because she is space awesome. And we'll jump in. We got life to lose. All right, I'll wait to see what he tries to do here, and then we'll cut it down. He's limited. He's got 4 mana total. What does that thing do? Don't waste your mana. That's it, huh? All right, number one, let's go after his hand, as the good Lord demands. And we win! Suck it, sucker fish! Suck it! All right, playing against Benjamz. 23. Keep. You guys got a big butt. Let's just kill it. All right, 3 will get out our unstoppable slasher, which will probably be stopped almost immediately. Let's get rid of half his life. Down to 9. The diminishing returns on those guys is rough. And we win. Good job, Unstoppable Slasher. Victory! Alright, playing against Dorka. Dorka. He's named himself after whale's genitalia. Alright, so he's going to play his own self-mill deck. Do I really care? Got to get up to 2 mana as quickly as we can. Take a look at that hand. Problem is to see if I leave that guy out, and if I get the bat out, then as soon as it dies, it takes this guy out. The next turn, just killing both of his guys. That sounds like a good time. And a good time was had by all. Let's just go see what he has in his hands. Don't like the fact that I'm leaving it out like that. Get rid of this guy. All right, we can play the Bloodletter. All in. That'll do 2. Yeah, we got to kill the Valley Rock Caller. That guy has a problem. We're down to 6. So, Gix. Cut down. I'm going to have to decline on this. I'm down to 2. All right, will this win the game for me? Hope so. Come on, win! Yeah, there we go! That's the combo! Victory! I open against Jack-Onee-san. Oni-san. Jack-Onee-san, is that how you pronounce that? Keep. Should have played Fable Passage. I got nothing to do for 2. Alright, let's see. Unstoppable Slasher next turn. Yeah, let's do that. Get it out there. What are you playing anyway? Blue-black? Alright, let's just see if he goes for it here. He's got to block it. Otherwise he dies. He's got no mana. You got to get rid of the Bloodletter. You don't have to. I don't have a 5th mana. Pick up a 5th mana, you're going to be in a bad situation. There we go. All right, there we go. Game over, man. Game over. And we win. That's a dirty combo. A dirty, dirty combo. All right, playing against Shinobi Wan 23. I don't know how we pick up Fable Passage every single opening hand. That's the devil's card in this deck. Don't just take it out of your deck. Since I've already started this video with it in, I gotta leave him in like a sucker. We playing there, Sergio. Alright, so we got Bloodletters, and they get multiples out. 2 of them at the same time is disastrous. Alright, there you go. 2 points of damage rather than 1. Woo! Got anything with flying? He's trying to use some weird stuff on me here. I've never seen any of these cards before. Is this a toy? No, I'm not falling for any of your tricks. Down to 5. I'm sorry, I don't think your deck and my deck are playing in the same way at all. Let's good game him here. Negative 35. Ah, victory. Alright, so here we are with the Half-Life deck. It ended up doing pretty well. You know, it's funny, when I was playing it on the casual list, I kind of thought it did worse. I think it's because people are playing a wider variety of stuff and a lot more creature kill. While over on the ranked area, they're much more focused on the tiered decks, I guess. And this deck does a lot better against that kind of stuff. So I think this deck might do better as a ranking deck than it does on the casual side. On the casual side, I did get a 60% win rate. I only played it once on the rank side. I won. I just totally tore that one apart. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think this is a good deck. I think it held up well. I think it's probably a platinum mythic level deck, something you're going to see there. If anything, I kind of felt it was more of an education in the combo that we've kind of seen before, but in this case, we've got Grievous Wound and Unstoppable Slasher filling in for the rest of it. So it's like they really, really, really want to take away half of a person's life at one time, and Bloodletter of Aclazotz does twice that much anytime they lose it. So that's the combo going on. You got lots of opportunities for it. I kind of feel like the rest of the deck is a little off balance. You know, it's got good stuff. I'm actually surprised how much I really like Nowhere to Run, because it gets rid of Ward and Hexproof. Suck it, you guys. Yeah, it's a great little enchantment, big time. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, cut down. There's 4 of them in there. Anyways, there you go. It just felt a little weird. Maybe something we've done better. It's a good place to start. I think it's a good deck that we could build off of. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's just do it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? So I'm going to say it was Bloodletter of Aclazotz, just because it was the key to the combo. But I got to say, honorable mention goes to Unstoppable Slasher. What I love about Unstoppable Slasher is the fact that if it dies, it just returns with a couple of stun counters on it. It just keeps coming back like a freaking Terminator. And if you got 2 or 3 of those things, you get the timing off on it or whatever, then it's just like one of them would always be active at a time, which would be so hard for people to deal with. So you got to watch out for exile cards. As a matter of fact, there's a couple times I was keeping like cut downs in my hand just so I can kill my own Unstoppable Slasher in case someone tried to exile it, because I'd much rather just kill it and then have it come back, and then, you know, that way it dodged the exile ability, which is the only thing I really had to worry about. So, man, Unstoppable Slasher would be the MVP, except for the fact that Bloodletter is what makes the combo work. Like, does the 0-turn kill, as they put it. All right, so our MVP is Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Congratulations, mothy-looking vampire. How did moths become demons? You know, somehow the last 3 sets, moths are that you got to be is the most evil thing in the world, right? All right, so let's see. Was this deck competitive? 60%. Like I said, I kind of felt like I was losing a bunch. There was a lot of people that could overpower it. This deck has a 0-turn kill in it, but you have to be able to get past them. And there comes a certain point where you just can't make it past the guys. You know, your 2/4s, it could be killed. Maybe they're slaughtering things at 4 per turn. Yeah, I was having lots of problems with that. I didn't have enough creature kill to take out the hordes of stuff that it was coming out at one point. Things got kind of dicey as it grew. This deck did not do well as we got later on in the game. This really is more of a mid-range deck, and then you just win when it gets to turn 5. That's kind of a lot like what was going on. But if you made it to turn 7, most likely your opponents were totally ready to smoke you. So it had its problems. So was it competitive? I'm going to say, yeah, it was a competitive deck. It's worth playing because you win more than you lose, and that's all I'm really talking about here. All right, was this deck fun? Turn 2, turn 3 is loaded with good stuff. What are we doing? It's mostly killing stuff early in turn 2. Got Bat doing a little hand hate. But then we get to turn 3, and turn 3 is fantastic when it comes to creatures. All these guys are good, and we can all lay them out. I like the fact this guy's got Death Touch and a giant butt. This guy is just kind of like a Urbrask's Forge, in that you could try to kill it, but it keeps coming back. And if you get, as you get more and more of them out, it's harder for them to deal with. It's not, you know, it's still good. And the fact that it does half of your life whenever it does damage to them, that's just so nasty. So yeah, this has got a good aggro feel to it. It was an interesting take. I gotta say, the thing I didn't like is if I was playing to get this, I would be pissed. I hate the 0-turn kills. I hate the fact that you got a 2-card combo, and there's a lot of things it can combo with that will allow you just to win the game. You got to take out Bloodletter of Aclazotz if you see it, but Unstoppable Slasher is just such a monumental dork that, you know, if it comes out and you don't have a good exile spell, you got to be fast because this guy is going to slaughter you. You've only got like 3 turns left, unless you can block. I mean, and you got Death Touch getting in the way. Man, it's just such a good card. All right, so anyways, playing it, yeah, this was a fun deck. Playing against it, no, not so fun. All right, was this deck interesting? Yeah, why was it interesting? Because of all the new cards. All of the Duskmourn cards. Grievous Wound, Unstoppable Slasher, Nowhere to Run. Yeah, I thought they were fantastic. I thought that they really helped out this deck a lot. It's what made this deck work. I've seen Bloodletter with that other, I forget what they call them, but it's the stuff from Thunder Junction where, yeah, you know, if you deal damage, you deal half their life rounded down or up or whatever it is, and this does the other half, you know. But these are the guys that do it otherwise, and they do it all the time. This guy comes out, and if they can't kill this enchantment, they are just stuck. Being stuck. Bloodletter just would screw them over. And if you don't have it, you're still dealing half their life each time. Like these two together, that is nasty town. I'm not sure exactly what it does because of that. Like this guy deals 2 points of damage and half their life. It's just Insanosaurus Rex. All right, so there you go. Let's add this thing up. Was this deck competitive? Yeah, just barely. Was this deck fun? Yeah, playing it was. And was it interesting? Absolutely. So I can tell you, I'm going to give this one a straight A because I wish it was more competitive, and I feel like we could kind of tune in a little bit better to make it a more competitive deck. So that's why I'm going to give, yeah, just a straight A. All right, so there we go, a straight A deck. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.